Hey, what is going on, y'all? Welcome back to Steel City Motors, and we are here with another vehicle highlight. This is one of those cars that is a candidate for, man, every time I get into this thing, I kind of want to take it home. This is the 2020 Hyundai Santa Fe SEL. So a quick little 360 as I like doing with these vehicles, just to show you the lines and designs of this car. This is probably my favorite generation of the recent Hyundai Santa Fe's. Controversial opinion, some people love it, some people hate it. I do not like the new square-bodied ones. They are just not my cup of tea. That does not mean that they're not comfortable cars that are nice to drive, but I just really do not like these square ones as much. They are just a little bit too boxy, and they really stray away from that nice kind of sleek and elegant design that I come to have kind of gotten used to from these Korean vehicles. They are generally just kind of out of the norm. I know they're trying to be kind of retro futuristic, but they are not my favorite thing. With this one, I really love the entire design. As you can see, it has a really nice roof rack up here. Lots of cargo space up top. Lots of things that you can do with this design of roof rack. The wheels are also very complimentary. They're nice, kind of silver and gunmetal gray. Really simplistic but sporty design. I really love how they did the headlights and the fog lights and the grille and kind of really blended it all into these kind of fluid, sporty body lines on the vehicle. Everything is very cohesive. Nothing feels awkward. Nothing feels kind of out of place. And to me, the newer, boxier ones are just kind of a mess. I know a lot of people do love them, and that's no hate on that car. That's like whatsoever. It's just this one is probably my favorite generation of the recent ones. What I really must say is the highlight of the car for me is the interior. It is incredibly intentionally crafted, from the way that the different trims are blended in with the multi-tone cloth interior to the beautifully cushioned bucket kind of armchair hybrid type seats. These aren't fully bucket seats to me because they do have a little bit more cushion, even though they're technically called a bucket seat. To me, it's almost like an armchair. To me, it's almost like a recliner. It's got a lot of padding, a lot of contour, ton of support. As you can see, full different ways to adjust those power seats. And all of that design really cohesively flows around the vehicle. You've got this carbon fiber-esque trim on the door seals. You can see it a little bit better right here up close. It is a textured polymer, so it is not as high maintenance as like a real carbon fiber situation would be. So it is definitely really aesthetic with everything else, with that brushed metal, the different tone leather and polymer trim all around. And one thing I really love is their Infinity sound system. That's kind of like their signature thing they put in their vehicles. These speakers are like this kind of prismatic, almost honeycomb effect. It adds to the upscale feel of the entire car. Taking a quick look at the back, I actually have half of the seats folded down to show the potential. This is a 60-40 folding seat. It's folded 40 down, 60 up right now, just showing you a little bit of the cargo capability, and gives you a little sneak peek into the ample trunk space of this vehicle. All right, y'all, let's start it up, hear how it cranks, kind of get into some of these features. Beautiful, quiet, clean, smooth crank. So the cluster over here is mostly digital with a little bit of analog to the side. You have a nice ample digital display for all the different settings that we've got here. Lots of things to scroll. I really like that personally. Then we've got the kind of hybrid buttons and touchscreen infotainment area right here. We've got the typical BlueLink with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay available on here. So it's things like that I really like. The BlueLink is kind of like its own thing that is a Hyundai exclusive, and the fact that you have the different buttons for like the radio and the home phone, the setup, all of that stuff is really nice, because sometimes it can get a little bit glitchy having every single thing on touchscreen, and I enjoy the fact that it's kind of a hybrid system that you can press physical buttons on. Moving down here, we see the dual zone climate control. I definitely have the fan all the way up because it's very warm outside right now in Alabama. You've got the dual zone climate control, mostly buttons, and this little digital kind of display here, which I also like. I like a button and dial kind of situation for climate control because, again, we don't want it to be too glitchy. We've got the charging areas down here with the outlet, the aux ports, and the USB ports. We only have the one aux port, excuse me. And then we've got the BlueLink pad down here for charging your phone. Do be aware though that a thick phone case may be a little bit slower for the process. Down here we have the shifter, really comfortable. Also showcase that that camera we got here with the sensors displayed as well when anything pops up close to them. Really nice kind of high quality HD backup camera, gotta love that. And as I was saying, down here, that signature comfortable shifter that I really love from Hyundai with their controls down here for the parking brake, parking assist, the auto start stop on and off, and shift lock release. And then down here to the left of the steering wheel, we've got some more controls for the sensors, light, power tailgate, and all such typical accoutrements that you have to the left of your steering wheel. Speaking of the steering wheel, another thing that I've mentioned on my other Hyundai reviews, on my other Hyundai highlights, I should say, they're kind of half a review and half of a vehicle highlight, really, because I really want y'all to know everything that's going on with these cars. The ergonomics of this generation are really great. They're very fun to drive. They're very comfortable to drive. I love sitting in this car. It's super duper comfortable, and it's got all the features kind of at arm's reach. You don't feel like you're reaching too much. You don't feel like you have too much going on the steering wheel. Everything is very evenly distributed, and it's all very well designed. It's just intentionally crafted, even from like the fabric types to all the different trim around the vehicle. I mean, Hyundai did an excellent job at making this vehicle. So as we take a quick little peek at the back, you can see that that design definitely continues to the back as well. We've got the cup holders in here as well as in the armrest. So you have 4 total in the back. Very ample room. You can see how much leg room and headroom you have back here. This is excellent space. Going back to the trunk here, we also have a ton of trunk space. You can see how much you have from the back seats to the front part here, and with the recline, or excuse me, with the seats laid all the way down, you can see how much room you have. I'll actually demonstrate how much room you have with all of them folded down, because it's a really excellent amount of cargo space. Boom. Very flat as well. Very easy to move stuff in. Boom. It's almost like a little truck bed. All right, let's get that power tailgate closed, and I will wrap up this highlight with a few stats. All right, y'all, to wrap up this vehicle highlight, I wanted to plug in a couple of things from Edmunds. While doing research on this vehicle, I really do research on all of my vehicles as much as possible, but while doing research on this model in this generation, I found that it is rated a 9 out of 10 for value on Edmunds, which is pretty excellent. A lot of people also said that it is great on MPG, which for this size car, that definitely matters. It gets 20 city, 27 highway, and an average combined of 25, although some users reported having up to almost 30 MPG, if not 35 on the highway. This is from forums. This is different people driving different cars. So if some people have optimized their stuff, you can even get it into like the 30-mile range, which I think is pretty awesome. But even at 25, this is a pretty excellent MPG overall. They have a lot of other favorable reviews out on Edmunds for this generation of this model, so that is pretty cool. And my personal opinion is that this is definitely one of the most well designed and overall good for the money builds that Hyundai has done with the Santa Fe. Lots of stuff that is standard for the money, from safety to comfort features. It is overall a great car that checks a lot of boxes for a lot of people. So come check out this and all of our other inventory at 1011 Old Cedar Grove Road here in Moody, Alabama, right off of exit 144 on I-20. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.